NorCal Tea Party Patriot Radio is being sponsored today by the Hampton Inn and Suites in Truckee. The Hampton Inn and Suites is taking reservations for ski season. You will appreciate the mountain feel and the many activities the Truckee area have to offer. This is a true four-season recreation area, so if you're looking for a place to get away, please consider coming to the Hampton Inn and Suites in Truckee. For reservations, call 530-587-1197. That's 530-587-1197.
Join the revolution. We are strong and standing tall, upholding the Constitution.
Welcome back to We the People Radio and our special guest, Bonnie McAdams, who is here enlightening us about our fearless lawmakers at the state capitol. Welcome back, Bonnie.
Oh, thank you, Ginny. It's nice to be here.
NorCal is sponsoring a bus tour. And this bus tour is going to be in conjunction with Sam Paredes and the California Gun Owners Association, Karen England, and Capital Resource Institute. We're very excited about it and feel that it has the potential of making a huge impact in the state of California. Why don't you explain it?
Well, I think once you learn the voting records of folks and what the ripple effect is for everybody in the state of California, it's then important not only for the constituents of those particular areas, but for all of us to take an interest in what is happening. And so by doing a bus tour, we can go into the different areas where we know we can make a difference and let people know exactly what has been happening with their own legislators, their own representatives.
And what's exciting about this is that this year we have the opportunity of possibly flipping 11 seats in California. Yeah. But a lot of the conservatives that are running are unknowns. And so that's what the bus tour hopefully is going to do, is to, with your report cards, put that information out there where these people stand and where their opponent or the incumbent stands.
Right.
So tell us how you came about to start working with Sam and Karen on this, and how we're going to get that information out in each specific area.
Well, we think over the past 2 years, of course, it's been an educational time for me and for my husband, just learning about what was going on and what the ripple effect has been on us, keeping in mind that we have a son and daughter who have a small business that they've had for 18 years, 19 years now, and it has been ravaged, right. Absolutely ravaged, in the form of the taxes, the regulations, everything. So it got our attention when we went to the Tea Party and started learning through their speakers and through the positive policies that they have and educating us. And so with that, learning about how we could help was an important thing. We needed to stand up. Instead of buying the fifth wheel and traveling the country, we said we need to stand here and we need to fight. We need to be able to bring our conservative values back to people, because everybody we know, believe it or not, whether they're Democrat or Republican, right, and a lot of independents, have conservative values. Right. These core values are just like the Tea Party.
Right.
We felt like we fit right in, Ginny, and so it was an educational process that then brought me to finding what was my area. Where could I help? Where could I be effective? Where could I use the gifts, my God-given gifts, that could promote the education of others, like had been given me, had given the opportunity you had given us.
And we really sort of rat-holed you into this.
Well, a little bit. You know, once you retire from your own career, and I know a lot of people will be able to relate to this, you then want to sit back a little bit and you think you're putting your feet up with your glass of tea by the pool, and all of a sudden the void of time that was there, that gift, is filled. And for us, it became filled with the Tea Party and how we could make a difference for our children, our grandchildren, our neighbors, our community. And when it finally hits you what the ripple effect of all of this crazy legislation is, then you stand up, or you deserve what you get. We didn't want to just sit there. It was like we had our head in the sand all these years. You go and you vote and you turn over everything to someone else and then don't pay any attention. Well, we are paying attention now, and we are here to stand up and fight for those that follow us.
You know, that's exciting to hear so many of you, so many people like you that have done that. We have a lot of retired people in the Tea Party, and I thank you that you're drinking tea with us because you have been our gift. I want you to get into some specifics for each one of us now. Your neighbors, your friends, those that are in the Tea Party group are preaching to the choir here. Yes. So how do you get other ordinary citizens involved? And what can we then collectively as the Tea Party group do to stop these before they even get voted on, like SB 810?
Like SB 810. SB 810, of course, is the California healthcare individual single-payer healthcare bill, which would be absolutely disastrous. It's one more ripple thing that these folks do not understand when they've dropped that, that rock in the middle of that pond, and then everything ripples out. Nobody that is doing this legislation in our state seems to understand that we are at the end of that ripple. Our families are, our neighborhoods, everything is affecting us. And so without them having the ability, it appears, to understand the ripple effect of these things, they are very dangerous. I think getting past the stigma first of Tea Party. We have been absolutely just hammered through the news media because they are afraid of us, because we are the conservative people out here. We do have core values. We have morals. We want to stand up, and we will fight when we get put in a corner. I think we've reached the corner. And now getting people to step forward and say, I'm going to join you with this because I believe in the free enterprise system. I believe in our Constitution. I believe in the financial responsibility that we all should have, not only in our homes, but these folks that we have elected that do not seem to understand that. Must have been. It's amazing what comes out. You open your mouth, huh? So that kind of is what I believe. Now, this 810, this shows how we as people that get activated and become activists when we decide that we're going to stand up for something and stop it, how we can be affected and effective. I think that because of all the calls, when we learned about this single-payer health care bill for California, we know that this is disastrous. Right. If you think about it and you educate yourself, you're going to find out it is not going to be good for you and your family and your community and your neighbors. It just flows out there. So we decided it was not a good thing for us, especially in the financial straits that this state is in. So by doing the faxes and doing the not so much emails, we really are doing phone calls and doing the faxes, and that's what people can do. Right. And you call the people who are on the committees that are going to vote on it. You stop it before it gets out of that committee. And so understanding that aspect is important in your education. The other thing that you need to understand is that you've got to educate yourself on what those things are and when they're coming and how they affect you. And then you move forward with it. Right.
And I think the most encouraging thing about this SB 810 is that our phone calls did work.
Yes, they did.
Because 4 of those senators that were on that committee were the authors of it. And when we would call them, they were rude to our people, and they were just saying, don't bother calling us. We're not in your district. And we said, but you do represent us because the things that you do, and it impact all of us.
That's right.
And it worked. And then then it came up where they shelved it, and they had the opportunity to vote on it a second time. So here we send out the emails again. My point in saying this to you listeners, if you want to know who to call when things like this happen, go to our website and sign up for our action alerts or our newsletters at NorCalTeaPartyPatriots.org. You don't want to miss that. NorCalTeaPartyPatriots.org.
I think important with 810, SB 810, Ginny, is the fact that it had 19 votes but needed 21. So two votes. Two votes there.
Right.
We were real close, and we continue to be close on all of these. That's why it's so important that we all stand, we all move forward together, because united, they cannot defeat us.
That's right. That's right. And they can't. And there are so many initiatives that are coming up, too, that is one thing that NorCal is going to be doing and providing for people is the information on the initiatives that have passed that will be put on the November ballot and what they really mean and how they impact you fiscally and constitutionally, and we will be putting that information out as well.
Right.
Well, Bonnie, I'm glad to see activism really does work, doesn't it?
It certainly does, especially with SB 810.
Yes, it does. It's nice to have a victory once in a
Yes,
while.
it is.
Well, I want to thank you for being with us today. You have been enjoyable. We always love hearing your wonderful laws that you dig up. I don't know where you find those things, and I know they are laws that are still on the books. It just shows how idiotic they can be when they have nothing else to do but figure out how to regulate our lives. We need a part-time legislator, don't you agree?
Oh, I do, and there is a, that's in the works.
Yes.
In the works. So let's look for it, and let's get them out. They've got way too much time on their hands.
That's right. Well, I want to thank our listeners today for taking your time and listening to us. If you need meeting information, go to our website, NorCalTeaPartyPatriots.org, or you can just go to NorCalTeaParty.org. Next week, our guest is Dean Foreman from the John Adams Academy, and he's going to be talking about what else? Government intrusion on the education system. Look forward to seeing you then. I thank you again. Join us next week right here on KTKZ 1380 Radio. Have a great day.
Gather here to reunite, join the revolution. We are strong and standing tall, upholding the Constitution.
How to get involved? Individuals who want to become part of the NorCal Tea Party Patriots by attending meetings, events, or receiving action alerts, go to our website at NorCalTeaPartyPatriots.org. By signing in as a member, you'll receive our newsletter and action alerts. So get involved. NorCalTeaPartyPatriots.org.